Shalom, shalom, shalom. I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father, who the world calls God. Yahweh Shai being the name of his beloved Son, who the world inwardly calls Jesus. This is the brother Yair Radha, the WFI Indiana camp, coming at y'all with a quick cold cut through the spirit, right on what's inside your belly. All right, what's inside your belly? Right now, people, y'all probably looking like, well, what's inside my belly? But what's inside your belly? Throughout the scriptures, your belly a lot of times can be referred to as your mind. All right. So what are you filling your mind with? Right? What are you filling your belly with? Because you got to look at it like this. If you eat a lot of candy, if you eat candy all day long, guess what? Your belly is going to have a negative reaction to it. All right, your belly it's going to have a reaction, but it's not going to be a good reaction. All right, it's no different from on a literal sense, right, or on a spiritual sense, right, or on a mental sense of what? If you contain folly, madness, and vanity all day long, guess what? Hey, your mind is going to put off it's going to have a negative reaction to it, right? You might start acting a certain way based off of that, right? You spirits will hop, all type of things can happen. This is no different. And that's why throughout the scriptures, you see your belly being referred to as your mind, or your mind being referred to as your belly, I should say. All right, so let's get a couple scriptures real quick first, showing how your mind can be referred to as your belly. All right, this is the book of Revelation chapter 10 and verse, we'll get right to the point. Start at verse 10, right? It says, and I took the little book out of the angel's hand and ate it up, and it was in my mouth sweet as honey, and as soon as I had eaten it, my belly was bitter. All right, so in this, John is not literally eating a book, obviously. He's not literally eating the book, but what is he doing? He's reading it. He's intaking these things. He's intaking the words of the Lord, and he's processing it, and they going inside of his belly. That's what I'm gonna read it one more time, and I'm gonna get a quick precept as well. It says, and this is Revelation 10 and 10. It says, and I took the little book out of the angel's hand and ate it up, and it was in my mouth sweet as honey, and as soon as I had eaten it, my belly was bitter. So let's see what that's talking about, right? Let's go to the book of let's see what I want first. We can go to Job. Right, let's go to Job chapter 34. All right, it's the book of Job chapter 34 and verse. It's the book of Job chapter 34 and verse 2. I'm gonna start at verse, we'll start at verse 2. Right, it's the book of Job chapter 34 and verse 2. It says, hear my words, O ye wise men, and give ear unto me, ye that have knowledge. It says, for the ear trieth words, and so like it, as the mouth tasteth meat. So your ears, guess what? It's like your mouth. Guess what? When you hear something, your ears act as your mouth and you taste it, right? You chew it up. You see if this is something that you actually want to, you understand, digest. If this is something that you actually want to intake. If you don't like it, what do? If you eat something you don't like, well, we grown, but normally when you eat something you don't like, what do? You spit it out. All right. You don't continue to intake it. You understand, swallow it, digest. No, you don't. What you do, you spit it, you spit that thing out. Right? It's no different from when you hear a doctrine. All right, when you hear certain things, music, whatever it is, when you hear something, when you don't like it, hey, you spit that thing out, you turn it off. All right, or you stop listening. You stop chewing it. All right, so that's how it is when it comes to you reading something. All right, hearing something. All right, your ears act as your mouth, and they try the words, right? And when you try those words and you You understand? You intake and you digest it. Where does it go? How do you intake and digest it? How do you digest whatever you hear? You do it up here in your mind, right? So when we go back to Revelation chapter 10, right, in verse 10, it says one more time, and I took the little book out of the angel's hand and ate it up, meaning what he read it. You understand? It says, and it was in my mouth, sweet as honey. He likes what he's hearing. It says, and as soon as I had eaten it, my belly was bitter. He was digesting what was going on. All right, he digested, right? In this context, he digested, right? Understanding what you have to go through in order to obtain the things that the Lord promised unto us. That's why his belly was made bitter. But now, right, let's go back to Job. We can get another one. All right. It's the book of Job. All right, we can get 15. I believe that's what I want. Right, this is the book of Job, chapter 15, and verse 2. It says, should a wise man utter vain knowledge and fill his belly with the east wind? Should he reason with unprofitable talk, or with speeches wherewith he can do no good? Right, so the point is right here, once again, the mind is being referred to as the belly. Right, one more time. It says, should a wise man utter vain knowledge and fill his belly with the east wind? So should a man just utter out vain things, right? And constantly and daily, hourly, all the time, go with unprofitable talk, just spewing out of his belly. You just spewing out unprofitable talk, vain knowledge, right? It'll tell you the same thing, right? It's the book of Job, chapter 30, 32 and 19, right? It says, behold, my belly is as wine which hath no vent. It is ready to burst like new bottles. I will speak that I may be refreshed. I will open my lips and answer. Right, so when you got a lot on your mind, you want to get these things off. All right, you want to get these things off your mind. How do you do that? By speaking, by talking to somebody. You understand? And that's basically what's going on right here when he says, one more time, it says, behold, my belly is as wine, right, which hath no vent. It is ready to burst like new bottles, meaning he's eager to speak about, right, what's on his mind. So all it's saying. So showing you that what your mind can be referred to as your belly as well, and is in a lot of cases throughout the scriptures, right? So what are you filling your mind with, aka your belly, with throughout the day? What are you filling your belly with throughout the week? Are you eating sweets and candy all throughout the day, and then you eat one string of asparagus right before you go to sleep? Or you eat one strain, or you take one bite of an apple as soon as you wake up in the morning, and then the rest of the day you eat crap? All right. On the spiritual sense, you understand that's how you got to look at these different things, right? On a literal sense, if that's somebody's diet, man, they're not gonna last too long. They're not gonna last too long, health-wise. It's gonna be bad. You understand? But when you equate that to how you treat and the things that you intake mentally, hey, it's no different. When you in this truth, if all you inherit and if all you eating in this truth is folly, vanity, deceit, lust, strife, contention, all manner of folly and madness and vanity, then guess what? Hey, you're not gonna last too long, or you're just gonna continue to wax worse and worse. The same thing how the body does, based on your diet. And obviously other different things that come into play, but based off of your diet, your body will break down on you. Internally, you understand? Internally, your body will begin to break down health-wise when you just filling yourself with nothing but crap. You understand? So in this truth, when you filling yourself with all type of folly, madness, and vanity, you won't last too long. Your days is going to be numbered. And that's how you got to look at this thing. So you want to make sure that you filling your belly, you understand, with things that are good, things that are beautiful to meditate upon, things, right, that's healthy for you, right, if you got ears to hear. All right, real quick, let's go to the book of right, Let's go to the book of, actually, let's go to Psalms. Let's get the classic real quick. Psalms, before we get that one. So like, I got a lot of precepts in my mind right now. Trying to figure out which one I want first. All right, we'll get that one after this. Let's go to the classic, right? We'll get that one after. All right, let's go to Psalms chapter 1. All right. Verse 1. Right, this is the book of Psalms chapter 1. In verse 1 it says, "Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth at the seat of the scornful." All right, here's the point that I want. It says, "But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in the law doeth he meditate day and night." So guess what? You want to intake, you want to eat of the law of the Lord daily, day and night. You want to always snack in righteousness on what? On the law of the Lord, the words of the Lord, day and night, not just once a day. All right, not just 2 times, but you want to always throughout the day. You want your meal to be a part of, you understand, the words of the Lord, the law of the Lord. All right, you want to snack on the law of the Lord and the words of the Lord. All right, your dessert, you want to always be meditating and have your mind filled, you understand, with what? The words of the Lord. That don't mean you can't watch a movie. That don't mean you can't watch a Netflix show. That don't mean you can never do nothing outside of you. You don't want to burn yourself out. You don't want to destroy yourself. You understand? You can't, there's nothing wrong. Even the doctors, these physicians, they'll tell you there's nothing wrong with a sweet cake here and there. There's nothing wrong with eating a little candy here and there. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with going to the movies and with your rib and watching a movie. There's nothing wrong with watching a Netflix show. All right, but guess what? If you binge watching TV shows all day, you get off of work, boom, y'all starting the show, y'all binge watching the shows. Right? You ain't getting no reading in. Y'all didn't even conversate about the word of the Lord like it tell you in the law to do. All you did was y'all immediately got home and start binge watching whatever TV show y'all watching. All right, that's off. All right. Or you got home and you got on the game and you played the game all damn day. You like, man, this is my time. I'm all day today. I'm not doing nothing. All I'm going to do is play the game. That's off. All right, you don't want to get caught up in that. There ain't nothing wrong. Look, there's nothing wrong with playing the game. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with eating a sweet cake here and there. Right? Eating a cookie here and there. There's nothing wrong with that. But you don't want to, all day long, you just consuming junk food all day. Or a large part of your day, you consuming junk food. You don't want to do that. All right, and intake. And then the healthy things that you do eat is very minimal. No, you don't want to do that. You want to flip that. You understand the healthy things to be the main thing, and then you want the sweets to be at a minimum. All right, that's how you want to be in this truth at the end of the day. All right, and that's how you want to treat yourself. All right, so I'm gonna read verse 2 one more time. It says, "But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doeth he meditate day and night." And the key thing in that as well, it said his delight is in the law of the Lord. You got to delight in eating healthy on the literal level, but pertaining to this particular topic, and on the spiritual level, you have to delight in reading. You have to delight in watching the video. You have to delight in meditating on the law of the Lord. You have to delight in conversating about the words of the Lord. All right, there's nothing wrong with conversating, or you having I don't know, you might ask a question. You might say in your household, you might ask, okay, what forefather, if you could spend 15 minutes with one forefather, which forefather would you spend time with? Who would you spend those 15 or 30 minutes with? You got 30 minutes with a forefather, who would you spend that time with, right? And now y'all having a conversation about, okay, well, I will be with Solomon. Okay, why would you be with Solomon for 30 minutes? Oh, cause so much wisdom, knowledge. That's y'all, y'all talking, y'all talk as other scriptures. You might say, well, yeah, okay, well, I would choose this person. Why would you choose this? You might pull a precept, show, yeah, this and this and this is why, right? There's nothing wrong with that. And it doesn't always have to be specifically that thing or a question, but just whatever the case may be, that's delighting in the law of the Lord. Having fun, or you don't want somebody to bring up the words of the Lord and they, nah, you don't want it to be like that. Now, obviously, you want to do things in season as well. All right, you want to make sure you do things in season, but point is, you want to delight in the law of the Lord, right? You want to meditate in it day and night. All right, you want to make sure you feed in your belly the things that's good for it. All right, and not tearing your stomach up. All right, let's go to the book of Job. Let's go back to the book of Job real quick. Let's go to Job chapter 15. All right, and verse 35. All right, this is the book of Job chapter 15 and verse 35. It says, they conceive mischief and bring forth vanity. Their belly prepareth deceit. Now, you don't want your belly to, in your mind frame, you meditating upon lasciviousness and concupiscence, right? You meditating upon contention and strife and malice, right? You here, you there, you wherever you at, and you just meditating about how you don't like a brother, or you meditate about how you don't like this sister. All right, you meditating about whatever it is in wickedness. That's all. You don't want to do that. That's your belly, you understand? Like it said, preparing deceit. All right, bringing forth mischief, or conceiving mischief and bringing forth vanity. You don't want your belly to bring forth vanity, all right, or to bring forth mischief and deceit. All right, so you want to make sure you feed in your mind, right? What? Good things. When you feed your belly, when you intake and you feed your belly, which is your mind, good things, guess what? Hey, you'll meditate upon those things. Your belly, right? Your mind will bring forth, right, other fruit that you intaking, right? If that makes sense, if you got ears to hear, right? When you meditating upon the law of the Lord, you meditating upon good things, you understand? You intaking those things, you reading the scriptures, all right? Then guess what? Hey, your mind will give off those different things, right? You'll meditate, you'll go to sleep, and you might, Lord willing, not like that all the time. We understand that, right? Satan tries to attack you in different ways, but you'll end up having a dream about the kingdom. You read in the same way how you can watch a movie, and you watch a movie and then you go to sleep that night and you dreaming about you in the NBA. Well, brother, you just watched 4 hours of NBA games. Yeah, you probably are going to dream about that, you being in the NBA. Guess what? You read these scriptures, man. You reading about these different mighty accounts. Hey, you might go to sleep, man. You might dream about the kingdom. Or you might dream about, you being at war with our righteous forefathers and you fighting for it, whatever it is. You understand? But the same way on the left-hand side, right? You putting all your time, effort, and vanities of vanities and feeding your mind frame that, and then you go to sleep and you end up having to dream about that. That's how it could be in righteousness. You understand? But it's about what are you giving, right? Your belly. What are you feeding yourself? All right. What are you feeding yourself? All right. Let's go to the book. Right. We're going to stay in Job. Right. We're going to go to, actually, you know what? Let's go to the book of Proverbs. All right. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 20. All right. Let's go to Proverbs 20. And bear with me while I find this precept. Bear with me. Right, it's the book of Proverbs. Bear with me. Verse 27 is what I want. It's the book of Proverbs chapter 20 and verse 27. It says, the spirit of man is the candle of the Lord. It says, searching all the inward parts of the belly. You see that? So is the Lord literally searching out your intestines? Is he searching out your bowel movements? Okay, all right. Okay, those are doing all right. Those are working right. No, what is he talking about? Hey, your mind, your mental. He's searching out those things that you meditating upon daily. Those are the things that's being searched out in you. All right. He's searching the things that you think about, things that you meditate upon. Are you meditating upon if the Lakers are going to draft the LeBron James son? Are they going to be the first father and son duo to play in the NBA? That's what you at work having damn conversation at work about it for 3 hours. Y'all arguing about if they should draft them or not. You arguing about who gonna win the Super Bowl. You having a 4-hour conversation about that back and forth. All right. You was arguing about it at work. You come home, right? You call your mans in the world. Y'all talking about it, right? Then you watching you watching damn what's his name? What's his face? Stephen A. You watching him on First Take and at home on the TV, right? And your mind frame is just focused on that. It's vanity. There's nothing wrong with knowing or seeing if it does or something like that does happen, but all day long you just talking about it. Right? And we've all had warehouse. You know how the warehouse jobs is. Or you might work in a warehouse job, or I used to work in a warehouse job years ago, right? And man, that's like the mecca for vanity conversations. All type of vain conversations happen in warehouse jobs. I don't know what it is. It's like a spirit. You've been a warehouse job, damn, arguing, have 4 different conversations about who's better, who's gonna win, what bet to take, just all manner of folly and vanity. Now, it ain't a sin to have a simple conversation about something, but you doing this thing for hours and dragging it out. You ain't thought upon the Lord once. You done went through a whole shift and ain't thought about the Lord, man. All right, you done went a whole day and ain't thought about the Lord. What is your belly? What is it intaking? What is it digesting throughout the day? All right, and that's what you gotta always understand and realize is that what the Lord is searching your belly, which is your what? Which is your mind. The Lord is searching that daily. You got an angel that's right next to you that's recording everything that you do. From your actions to your thoughts. I'm talking about the things that's deep inside you, man. The things that's deep inside, the things that only you know about. It's an angel recording those different things. You understand? Job wished for these things. He said, "Oh, that my words are written in the book." Right? Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse 1. Since due are written with a pen of iron. All right, you have angels. When you read the book of Ezekiel chapter 9, you got the angel with the inkhorn. What is the inkhorn used for? It's literally a writing utensil. So you have angels whose job is to literally record the things that's going on. Right? So you got to be able to meditate and delight in meditating upon the Lord. Meditating upon the law of the Lord. Meditating upon the words of the Lord. All right? Understanding and knowing that he's searching you out. He's searching your mind. He's searching what? Your belly. Like the precept said. All right? Let's go to the book of Psalms. Chapter 119. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 119. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 119, and verse 15. And it reads, "I will meditate in thy precepts and have respect unto thy ways. I will delight myself in thy statutes. I will not forget thy word." And that's how you want to be. You want to be somebody that doesn't forget the words of the Lord. You want to be somebody that delights in the law of the Lord. You want to be somebody that meditates in the precepts. All right, meditating upon these different things. You want to meditate on how to destroy different doctrines. You want to meditate upon the different precepts that talk about the kingdom of heaven and how it's going to be. You want to meditate upon your deliverance and how the Lord said that he would do these different things for you. You want to meditate upon what's going to happen when destruction comes. You want to meditate upon the different seals that's opening up. You want to meditate upon what's going to befall America. You want to meditate upon how the Lord said, what? Hey, it's a beautiful thing, paraphrasing greatly, to see the fall of your enemies. Right? Like you read about in the book of Sirach, chapter 25, right, in verse 7. So these different things, along with a multitude of other different things that's in the scriptures, hey, it's beautiful, and you want to delight in meditating on those different things. You want to delight in intaking and eating those different things, digesting those different things in your what? In your belly, which is you just what? Meditating upon it. All right. Let's go to the book of Isaiah real quick. All right. It's the book of Isaiah. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 23. All right, verse 3. Or it's 26. And verse 3, it says, "Thou will keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee, because he trusteth in thee." It says, "Trust ye in the Lord forever, for in the Lord Yahweh is everlasting strength." Right? So that's another thing. You meditate. When you meditate, there's benefits to meditate. Just the same way of how it's benefits on eating healthy, there's benefits on meditating on the words of the Lord. You understand? When you meditate upon the words of the Lord and keep them nigh unto you, hey, there's benefits that come with it. Like what? Hey, like I said earlier, when you meditate upon folly, madness, vanity, and wickedness, then guess what? You're gonna reap those different things. When you meditate upon righteousness, you understand the words of the Lord, so on and so forth, then guess what? Those are the things that you're gonna reap. All right. Your actions is going to be different. Your mind frame is going to be different. You're going to be wired differently, right? Didn't the Lord say, out of his, real quick, let's get that real quick in the book of John. Let's go to the book of John, chapter 7. Right, it's the book of John, chapter 7, and verse 37. It says, "In the last day, that great day of the feast, Yahushua stood and cried, saying, If any man thirst, let him come unto me and drink." Here's the point. It says, "He that believeth on me, as the scripture hath said, out of his belly," your mind, "out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water." And what's those living waters? Wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Those things are going to flow from your belly, meaning what's your mind. You're going to continue to what? Grow spiritually, man. You're going to grow spiritually the same way how you can grow in wickedness. People grow in wickedness all the time. You see it. With rappers, you see them grow in wickedness. Actors, you see them grow in wickedness. People in the world that you just know, they grow in wickedness. The world itself is growing in wickedness. Why? Because the world, all they do is what? Meditate on folly, madness, and vanity. You think they meditating in the world about the word of the Lord? About how to get their nation in order according to the words of the Lord, about keeping the commandments, the law, statutes, and commandments. You can't say that Christianity church. You can't say Christianity's doing that, because they teach that the law is done away with. They teach you don't got to keep the law. So they not doing it according to the words of the Lord. They using the words of the Lord, but they not doing it according to the words of the Lord. They using it for what they want to use it for. You can't say these other nations, these other religions is doing it, because they doing it off of, you understand? So, hey, you got to do these things based off of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. You understand? But, hey, those waters, that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, that'll flow from your belly, which is your mind. You understand? Let's go to the book of, I want to get Philippians chapter 4. Right. I want to get Philippians 4. Actually, let's get I'm gonna get that last. I'm gonna get that right after this one. Right, let's get, it's the book of 1 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 12. Right, it's the book of 1 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 12. It says, "Let no man despise thy youth, but be thou an example of the believers in the word, so like in word, in conversation, in charity, in spirit, in faith, in purity. All right. So you want to be an example, right? Not by words, but hey, by your actions and how you carrying yourself, and actually being a man of the Lord or a woman of the Lord based off of what you do and how you do it, right? Your fruit is going to show what that man or woman is, the fruit that they bring forth and the fruit that they put out. You understand? Reading on, it says, till I come, give attendance to reading, to exhortation, to doctrine. So the Lord, hey, till he come, right? Now, obviously, this is Paul writing this, but we got to do the same thing even for Yahweh Shem Yahushua. We have to give attendance, right? Be diligent, right? When it comes to what? Reading, praying, fasting, studying, showing ourselves approved, meditating upon the words of the Lord, getting ourselves together, to putting off these sins day by day, and bettering ourselves the more that we learn. We have to do those things till what? Till the Lord come. All right. Reading on, it says, neglect not the gift that is in thee, which was given thee by prophecy, with the laying on of the hands of the presbytery, right? Which is just going into, in the ancient world, they would literally lay you have the elders, right, in the church, or not the church, but the elders of the church, right, or the people, right? They would lay hands on you. You understand? In order for you to receive certain gifts, right? Not anybody could just do that though, right? It was certain men, chiefly, obviously, the apostles and the different elders who would be able to do stuff like that. But reading on, here's the point. It says, meditate upon these things, give thyself wholly to them, that thy profiting may appear to all. So, hey, you got to give yourself over into the words of the Lord. You understand? Give yourself over to meditating upon the law of the Lord, righteousness, and the things that come with it. You understand? Don't shortchange the Lord. All right, don't shortchange, you understand, these different benefits that can come with it, or the Lord will shortchange you. If you shortchange the Lord are going to shortchange you. If you draw nigh unto him, guess what? The Lord going to draw nigh unto you. If you pull away from him, guess what? Hey, he's going to pull away from you. All right, he's still going to be there if it be the Lord's will. But I don't know how much mercy, right, you have. Right, I don't know how much mercy I have. It's all the will of the Lord at the end of the day. Right, but you don't want to my point is, you don't want to shortchange the Lord, man. All right, now let's go to the book of right, Philippians chapter 4, right, in verse 8. Right, it's the book of Philippians chapter 4, verse 8. It says, finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue, and if there be any praise, think on these things. It said, think on these things. And that's what you want to do, right? You do that list along with other things in righteousness. Those are the things that you want to think upon. Those are the things that you want to meditate upon, and it'll do you well. So that's what you got to fill your belly with. You got to fill your belly with healthy things. You got to eat the greens, man. All right, you got to eat the vegetables. You got to eat the fruit. All right, don't just be eating cookies and damn junk food all day. You eating cakes and cookies all day long. All right, all day you eating cakes and cookies and just madness, folly, and vanity. And you're denying the things that's healthy for you. What's healthy for you in the spirit, right? In your belly, which is your mind. Hey, meditating on the words of the Lord. It's good to eat fruit. You understand? Meditating upon, right, the kingdom. Meditating upon the destruction of this kingdom. Meditating upon how to become better. Meditating upon what you did yesterday and how to correct those things for if they arise again. How to combat those different things. How not to fall into temptation or fall to that temptation again. Those are good things to meditate upon, right? It says, verse 9, those things which ye have both learned and received and heard and seen in me, do, Salakia, in me do, and the God of peace shall be with you. Meaning what? The things that you see that our righteous forefathers and foremothers do, right, and did in righteousness, take after those things and apply them to yourself in righteousness. All right, so Lord willing, brothers and sisters, was edified through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and Lord willing, brothers and sisters, understand and take heed unto what they putting inside their bellies, what they're consuming, which is your mind, all right, throughout these days, man. All right, so I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Kwam Yasha Allah, Salawam, family.